Get ready for Real Talk Radio. You're listening to the National Intel Report with your host, John Stadtmiller.
We are here with Robert Chapman. Hey, Bob.
Yes.
How you doing?
Fine, thank you.
Mr. Noel.
Yes, sir.
There he is. I was reading your report here, Bob, International Forecaster, and your first paragraph here is talking about not being sucked into the stock market. And lo and behold, what am I seeing on Bloomberg today? Oh, hey, it might be a good buy for stocks. GM was at $1.11 today, its stock, and it appears that, gentlemen, it looks like it's more probable that GM is going to file bankruptcy. And
well, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, and they're doing some mighty creative things here. Now, I'll pull up the information here in a second, but just the gist of it is that, GM wants to issue 50 to 60 billion shares, not dollars worth, but 60 billion shares. They right now, the government owns over 50% of GM, and the stock ownership, private stock ownership, evidently is only going to be about 10%. You know, Bob, I'm looking at this. You know, they got their their auto czar, this Montgomery in there, which I don't know what Montgomery's background is, but it sure isn't in car making or manufacturing. But he's there watching engines being built up in Flint and just having a good time with the photo ops and everything else. Bob, what's going on with this deal?
Well, it is as, the way you described it, and they're watering down the president's shareholders. We're short at $38 a share, and I may recommend a cover because I don't like to get involved in the crap you've got to go through when the companies no longer trade. And you got to remember, under $1, they have to delist General Motors from the New York Stock Exchange and list it on the bulletin board over the counter. So I don't know that I want to wait around for that. So we'll probably cover and take our 37-point gain and walk away. Some of these people who are subscribers have made unbelievable amounts of money. I mean, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands.
Really?
There's never been a publication in history that has ever had the winners that I've had. And the people who subscribe, once a month they get a sheet, what we're long and short and what we've covered or what we've sold out. And the gains are phenomenal. We have some losers there, and that can't be helped. Not on the closeouts. We're waiting for the market to collapse. Stocks like Monsanto and a few others that didn't work out. But with the gains that people got, they're pretty good shape. But the point is, General Motors is going to sell their European interest to Fiat. This has all been prearranged.
Are you talking about
Fiat,
Opel?
Opel,
okay,
and all the showrooms.
All right.
And Fiat is a first-line Bilderberger Illuminati company.
Which, by the way, Fiat didn't put up any cash for this buyout at all.
And if their cars are pieces of crap.
Great. Quality was never job one at General Motors. So, and I like the company name, Fiat. I don't exactly have the Webster's Dictionary of Fiat, but I know what Fiat currency. Worthless. Okay. Fiat currency. So worthless cars, Fiat taking over and overblown. I mean, these guys lost sight of how to build a car 30 years ago. So now we're going to take on a company that doesn't know what it's doing, has no direction, has little or no market share left in the United States, and Fiat's going to take it. Why don't they just come over here and pick up everything, steel beams, bricks, parking lots, take it all back over to Italy, please, and let's have done with it.
Well, I think we got to think. I know what you're saying, but there is an answer. If we can get Congress to act, and that's to pass Ron Paul's bill to investigate Bill 1207 to investigate the Federal Reserve, and I think if we can get that done, we can get the Federal Reserve done away with.
He's got 149 people that signed on to this. This is the biggest victory that Ron Paul has ever had in Washington, D.C., and I'll bet you Uncle Ben. Now, you guys have seen when Ron Paul has gone after Ben Bernanke, he just sits there with that arrogant, half-smile, smug look on his face. He's got to be sweating bullets about now.
It's not him. He's just a dupe. The sweating of bullets is by the Illuminists, because they're going to have to spend billions of dollars trying to stop this. And Congress in the House is caught between the rock and the hard place. They're financed and bought off by banking and Wall Street and transnational corporations. On the other hand, the public is screaming mad at them, and they're going to be even madder as time goes on. So Congress is going to do either one thing or the other, and that is they're either going to bow to the bankers or they're going to listen to the public. And with 149 co-sponsors, that is an awful lot. I mean, what do they need to win? 230 votes?
Something like that. We have 400.
Yeah, and that gives that a very good chance. And the minute that happens, if it passes there, and it does pass the Senate, then we can start pushing on getting rid of the Federal Reserve and start pushing for tariffs on goods and services, and we can resuscitate the United States, the entire manufacturing industry, if we do that.
What I want to know is what was the significance of the Fed holding its FOMC meeting at Jekyll Island yesterday?
They know we're coming.
Everybody that surrounds Jekyll Island on the land all own AR-15s and AK-47s. No, I'm only kidding.
I don't know, Robbie. That's a good question, because we're going to be down there on the 20th.
Yes, I know.
Yeah.
But they even held the meeting in the very same room.
Well, that's significant.
It is significant. Is it Masonic symbols, or what are we talking about here?
Yeah, we got to save our system. Yeah, they're probably worshiping the devil down there, and they do that, you know.
Well, I just can't wait to be down there. I'm sure there's going to be a bug in every pepper shaker and every lampshade. It's going to be a hoot. I've never been there, but I'll tell you what, I'm looking forward to this because...
What's going on, John?
Well, this is going to be kind of the precursor to the Continental Congress that's going to take place in Philadelphia, in Independence Hall, by the way, the very same place that the original founders ferreted out the problems, listened to the complaints, took action to start a country. That should be happening in early fall. That's not exactly been scheduled out, but I think Bob Schultz has the option to pick the room for an extended period. So what Jekyll Island is, it's a precursor to lay the groundwork for that Continental Congress. And
that's good.
Well, it is. I mean, I already know what I'm going to say. Some of the finer minds are going to be there, people that have won Supreme Court cases and the like, that know the Constitution. It's going to be very, very interesting. That little conflab is going to go on for a couple of days, and we're even taking, well, the very same track that goes down to Jekyll Island, and we're going to take the train ride from I'm jumping on in New Jersey and riding all the way down to Jekyll Island. So this is symbolic. It's on an Amtrak train, so folks, if you hear about a derailment, it was probably the engineer texting somebody. But,
do you want me to ride shotgun?
Hey, there you go. But it's going to be rather important to attend, and I was glad that I was invited. Been around for a number of years, not as many as you, Bob. But we're some of the trailblazers out there with alternative radio. And we
Well, they don't want to invite me. They all might get killed.
Well, well, I'm sure that if they really, I won't say it. I'll just let that one go. Knock on Formica. At any rate, yeah, that's what's going on. So that's going to lay the groundwork for the Continental Congress in Philadelphia this fall.
Incidentally, I'd like to tell you that the Ron Paul legislation is called the Federal Reserve Transparency Act of 2009. The Federal Reserve Transparency Act of 2009